Hello, good afternoon. How are you doing today?
Pretty good.
I'm Dr. Copeland. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
And you are Mel?
Yes.
Okay, and I overheard that you're from Chicago. That's awesome.
Yeah.
How long have you been down here in Dallas?
Just a year.
Just a year. Are you liking it?
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah?
Warm.
Yeah, much warmer than Chicago, right? What brought you down here?
Work.
Okay, what do you do for work?
I'm a teacher.
Nice, nice. High school, middle school,
Elementary.
elementary. That's awesome. Kids they're fun, lots of work, but fun. I've got a couple kids myself, so.
Nice.
So before we get started, I just want to find out, what you're hoping to achieve today on our exam, and what brought you here. So yeah, go ahead and tell me what's going on.
Well, I just wanted to come in for a checkup, but I've also got a little pain up here. I'm just wanting to see if you can look into that.
Okay. And how long has that been hurting you?
A couple months now, actually, but it's off and on. It's
Off and on?
Sometimes when I'm chewing over there, so I usually just chew on the other side.
Okay. Is this something that will keep you up at night?
It's not too bad at night, just mainly when I'm eating.
Mainly when you're chewing. Okay. There's nothing worse than tooth pain, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So is that something you just want me to focus on that tooth, or do you want me to look at the rest of your teeth and your gingiva? Which would you like me to do?
I guess while we're here, you can look at all of it. It's fine.
Okay, you want me to take a look at everything? Okay, awesome. So what we'll do is we'll lean you back and I'll do a full exam. After which then I'll lean you back up and we can take a look at everything that I've found. Does that sound good?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Lean you back. So you ready for your break coming up here pretty soon from school? You get a couple weeks, right?
Oh yeah, those kids are crazy this time of year.
Yes, they all want their presents. Okay, so let me get my gloves. So the other thing we have a camera that will go in your mouth and take some pictures. So I don't know how about you, but I'm a very visual person and like to look at everything so that I can get a grasp of what's going on. So we'll take a few pictures and then I'll look at your x-rays and check everything out. Does that sound good?
Okay.
Let me grab a mirror. Did you have any other questions before I take a look?
Oh
And it's just that one tooth that you're worried about?
no. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll take a look. I'm going to look with my mirror first. Go ahead and open real big. Awesome. You've got very nice teeth. I do see what you're talking about up there on the top left. It looks like we have a crack on that tooth. Were you aware that you had a crack?
No, I have no idea.
Let me take a picture so you can see what it looks like. We'll get a little bit better one. Okay, take some down here. No, it looks like you're doing a fantastic job brushing. I do see a few other spots on your teeth that looks like we have little cavities. Were you aware that you had some other cavities going on?
No, I didn't think anything was wrong.
So again, yeah, it's looking like you're doing a good job. Sometimes over time we just start getting little cavities that start, and what we want to do is get them taken care of before they do get bigger and then start having pains and problems like you're experiencing now. So what I'll do is I'm going to lean you up and I'll show you the pictures that I've taken and we can discuss, okay? Okay, now, so if you want to turn around for me, I can show you on the screen here. So here's that tooth that's bothering you. So on the picture here, you can see a crack, okay? And so what's happened is and from the exam and from the test that I did, it's showing that we have a couple options with that tooth, okay? So the first option is we can extract the tooth. Okay, which is, from your face, it's not something necessarily you want to do, okay? The second option would be to do a root canal, and a root canal, you familiar with a root canal?
I just have heard that it's painful, that's all I know.
So yeah, we have a lot of people that are always worried about the root canals and what that consists of. We do have anesthetic. We'll make sure we get you really numb and get you out of pain before we do anything. And we have you, as we start, you raise your hand if you're in any pain. But what a root canal will do is we'll get you out of pain. After which we've done the root canal, now we need to restore the tooth so that you'll have the tooth for a really long time. Do you know what a crown is?
Not really. Is it that gold and silver stuff in people's mouths?
So it can be. So that is one example. So some people choose to do a gold crown. There's benefits and pros and cons for each type of crown. It sounds like you're wanting something to match your other teeth. Is that accurate?
Definitely.
Okay, so that's something important to you. So one thing that we can do is a tooth that has enamel colored on it. So it's a crown that goes right over your tooth. Okay. So again, you do the root canal first, and then what you do is you do the crown, and it will fit right over the top of your tooth, and you cement it on, and you can use that tooth just like any other teeth in your mouth. It works really well. If you keep this tooth really clean, it's something you can have for a really long time, for years. How does that sound to you?
It sounds okay.
Tell me what your thoughts are. What's your worries?
Well, I don't understand why is the tooth under it so small.
So good question. So as we do the root canal, we need to provide space in order to put the crown on. So what we do is we shave your tooth down just a little bit so that we can put this crown on the top of it. So it just gives us something to be able to cement onto.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, and then you said a couple of years it'll last.
No, it's a good question. So it actually will last many years. The typical time can be 10 to even more years. It really depends on how well we're keeping it clean, if you're coming in for your checkup and making sure that everything's fitting really well. But it is something that you can have for 10, I've seen 15, 20, 25 years. So it's something you can have a really, really long time. As for the other teeth, I've taken a few pictures of those, so I can walk you through that. So I said that you do have some cavities on the other teeth. As you look at the picture, you can see some dark lines going down the tooth. Do you see that?
Oh, yeah.
Were you aware you have those dark lines?
No, yeah.
Okay, so what that is you do have some cavities on those teeth, okay? They're not really big right now, but it's definitely something we want to take care of before we get to the point where we have teeth start to chip off like we're experiencing now.
Yeah.
Any questions about that?
Are you able to do it all at once? I don't know. I'm not able to take off a lot of time when on vacations.
Okay, so it's important that you get it all done in an efficient manner and maybe try not to take too many days off.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if we can knock it all out, or is this something that's going to take a long time to fix?
Okay, so with your treatment, I anticipate 2 days to do the actual treatment, and then when you come back, we'll need you a 3rd day to cement that crown because we have to send it off to a lab, which takes a few days to send to them to make it, and then they send it back to us. So I would anticipate 3 different treatment days to finish all that treatment. Having said that, I'm very confident that we can get you to the point where your teeth are feeling good, you're in good oral health, and you're very happy with where you're at. Does that sound good?
Yeah, sounds good.
What other questions do you have about the root canal, the treatment itself? I know you had questions about making sure you're out of pain, which is honestly a lot of our patients have those questions, so I want to make sure all those questions are answered.
No, this all sounds pretty good. I'm just going to have to figure out how to pay for it all. 3 days of treatment sounds expensive.
Great question. So I want to let you know, I know you have your insurance and we have our treatment coordinator that's going to walk you through that. I know you have great insurance, and so that's going to help you quite a bit. We also have financing programs that are set up to help with that payment as well. So we always have patients that come in and ask about that, and we're always able to work them through that and find a way that's suitable for them and a monthly payment that can help meet their needs. Does that sound good?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. So we'll bring John, he's our treatment coordinator, and he'll talk to you about all those questions you have about the financing, about your insurance. And if there's any other questions about the treatment, please let me know and we can get that answered for you.
Okay.
Does that sound good? Yeah. Thank you, Mel. So nice to meet you.
Yeah.
And Dr. Copeland, on the root canal, is that something you want to get started today?
Yes, and I know it's causing her pain, so it's something we want to get started today so we can get her out of pain.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
All right. Mel, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing okay. Just found out I need a root canal. I
Yeah.
wasn't expecting that.
Well, my name's John. Nice to meet you. You know, as Dr. Copeland said, one of the things I get to do is, work with our patients to figure out, how you're to maximize your insurance and help you, come up with a way to move forward with the treatment. So, but before we get started, I heard you mentioned that you're going on vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exciting. Where are you planning on going?
The Bahamas.
Wow. Have you ever been to the Bahamas before?
Nope, never.
Okay, so first time?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Now, is it to celebrate just for fun, or is it to celebrate a special occasion?
Just for fun.
Okay.
Getting away from these kids at school.
Okay. Now my hat goes off to you because I've got 3 boys, and I always, try to do something special for their teachers because what you guys do is special. So good stuff. Before we get started, I wanted to see if there was any questions that I could help answer. That Dr. Copeland may not have been able to answer for you.
Well, I just want to know the price. It sounds kind of expensive to have to do 3 days of treatment.
Okay.
Not sure I can afford all of that.
Okay. So if I'm understanding you correctly, cost is one of the big concerns that we need to work together to figure out, what the best way is. Okay. Are there any other concerns that we need to discuss?
I think he explained it pretty well.
Okay.
I still kind of want to understand how long between the root canal and getting the crown.
Okay.
So it'd be a couple days. I don't know. Is that going to look funny?
Okay. So the good thing is with root canals, and especially with Dr. Copeland, he's an amazing doctor and he's going to take care of you. What they do is he's going to go in there and basically remove any of the infection in that cracked tooth that's occurring. And then once he does that, then he's going to prepare that tooth. And in fact, let me show you a visual of this. So this is what it's going to look like. So when I mean prepare the tooth, they're gonna remove some tooth structure just to make it healthy again. And then in the meantime, I heard Dr. Copeland say that it's going to take 3 visits. What he's going to do then is we're going to put a temporary crown on that in that space.
Okay, so there's a temporary.
So you'll have a temporary crown there. Okay, and typically it takes about 2 weeks because during those 2 weeks we're going to go ahead and send out an impression of your tooth to our lab, and then they're going to create a tooth that's custom fit to replace that missing tooth.
Okay, that sounds good.
So all in all, you're going to have today we'll do the root canal and the crown. You'll come back, and Doc mentioned that you had a little filling that he wanted to address. So I'll talk with Dr. Copeland to see when he wants to do that. So it may be something that he does it when he delivers your crown and does it at the same time, or he may want you to come back for a different visit. Did that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The other thing that I want to discuss that I know was one of your concerns is the cost. Okay. And so with your insurance, you do have amazing insurance. What I mean by that is typically to do the root canal and the crown just by itself, you're looking at about $1,500. Okay, so yeah, it is. It's a lot of money. It's a big investment. Now, with your insurance, okay, you're looking at $700. So your insurance is really picking up about 50% of it, or a little bit more. So that's a great benefit with your insurance.
Okay.
So how's that sound?
Sounds doable.
Okay, all right. Now, one of the things, Mel, if it's okay, is I'd like to share with you a sheet, and what the sheet has on it is just a couple different ways that we work with our patients to help them to afford the treatment plan. Would that be okay if I shared that sheet with you?
Sure.
Okay. So what this is, okay, I'm going to put down that the total investment that we're looking at is $700. Okay. Now, Mel, the big thing that we want to make sure is that we make something that's comfortable for you. Okay, so I want you to keep that in mind as we're working through this. So. Knowing that your total investment is $700, is there a amount of money that you would feel comfortable putting down as a down payment?
Maybe $200 or so right now. I was expecting to just have a cleaning today.
Okay.
Wasn't expecting all of this.
Yeah. Okay. So $200. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me put that down. And that's a great start. That'll definitely help. So I'm gonna put $200. So then if, what we need to do is figure out how do we come up with the remaining $500, okay? Now, some of our patients, will use their credit cards because sometimes, there's, good interest rates. Is that something that you'd want to utilize?
I'm all maxed out right now.
Okay, that's okay. Okay. Now, one option that sometimes patients don't think about is sometimes they have a family member that they feel comfortable in reaching out that might help them. Is that something that you might be able to ask a family member?
I can ask, but I'm not sure. I know everyone's kind of low on cash for the holidays.
Yeah. Okay. No, I completely understand. So let me put a question mark by that. Okay. Now here's one of the these next two options, Mel, that I'm going to share with you. This is where the majority of our patients, will figure out within these two options how to move forward with treatment. Okay. One of them is called Care Credit, and the other one is called Comprehensive Finance. Okay. As I mentioned earlier, both of them are great options. With Care Credit, it kind of works as a credit card, okay? And then the one thing that I let all of our patients know is that you want to make sure that you stay on top of your payments, or else, that's something that they can charge you interest. But also what's nice about Care Credit is it's pretty simple. I can have you fill out an application. They are going to run your credit, so I want to make sure I let you know about that. And then depending on what Care Credit says, they offer payment plans from 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, and I've even seen 24 and 36 months. Is that something that you'd be interested in?
I might apply for it. I'm not so sure if I'll get the credit extended.
Okay. Now, one of the things, let's put a question mark next to Care Credit, because one of the things that I've seen is, as I'm talking with patients, some of them said, I don't have good credit, and then actually, when we were able to run their application, they actually came back approved. So, I don't want you to lose hope on that. That is something, definitely consider. Okay. Now, the next option is what we call comprehensive finance. Okay. And what comprehensive finance, that's actually something that we partner with them, okay? And the great thing about it is you already have $200 as a down payment, so you're already approved. Well, what I need to figure out and work with you is just saying, we offer payment plans from 6 months, 12 months, 18 months. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds good if I'm already approved.
Okay, all right. Well, if you're okay, let me pull up my computer real quick, and there's a worksheet, and then what this worksheet's going to allow us to do is just take a look at what the different payments would be for you. So it's actually pretty cool. So if we look at this, okay, so your total investment for today is $700, okay? You have $200 as a down payment, okay? So let's put it in there and see if we were to break up $500 over 6 months, okay? So let me put that in there, okay? Now so as you can see, if we were to break up the $500 over 6 months, it would put your monthly payment at $83. How does that sound? That sound a little bit better?
Yeah, I think I can. What if I extend it a little longer though to get a lower payment?
Yeah, no problem. I mean, we want what's best for you. So let's it'll still be $500, and then we'll do 12 months this time. Now, if we extend it to 12 months, it will your monthly payment would be $41.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and go get some paperwork regarding comprehensive finance. Okay, so that way you can sign. I'm also going to go have you sign some consent forms, allowing Dr. Copeland to move forward with the treatment. And then in the meantime, I'm going to go let Dr. Copeland and his team know that they can start setting up for this procedure. Does that sound okay with you?
Okay, sure.
Okay. Now, before I go, any questions that I didn't answer that I can help answer for you?
Do I come here to pay, or do I have to come here every month, or do I pay online?
No, great question. We're going to go ahead and the paperwork that I'm going to have you fill out, that's going to allow Comprehensive to automatically draft that out. So it's not something that you're going to have to come in our office. It'll just automatically deduct from your bank account.
Okay, that sounds good.
Perfect. All right. Well, I'm excited for you, and I'll go get Dr. Copeland and the team, and then I'll be back with you in just a little bit, okay?
Okay, sounds great.
All right. Perfect.